Hello, in this video I'll be showing you how to put tapes on your violin. So tapes are optional. They are by no means 100% necessary. However, many beginners choose to put tapes on their violin. There are pros and cons to using tapes. The pros are that since you have a guide for where to place your fingers are going to land on the right spot more often, and therefore your playing is more likely to sound good right from the very beginning. It can also help you build up your muscle memory a little bit quicker because your fingers are consistently landing in the right spot. You'll build up that muscle memory and be able to play in tune faster. Cons of using tapes is that it can be easy to get dependent on them and feel pretty scared or hesitant when it's time to take them off. The pros of not using tapes are that you really learn to train your ear and feel where your fingers need to go. The cons of not using tapes are obviously that it's harder. Your fingers are not going to land as consistently in the right spot. But the choice is ultimately 100% up to you. In this video, I will be showing you how to put tapes on your violin. So the type of tape I recommend is a 1/8 inch tape that I will give you the link for. You're going to need your tape and some scissors. We're going to be placing 4 tapes on our violin, one for our first, second, and fourth fingers. So your first step is going to be to cut 4 tapes about that long, maybe like 1.5 inches long. And then you can kind of just set those aside for right now. So cut 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now that you've got your 4 tapes, it's time to put them on your violin. So take your violin and place it in front of you in your lap, just like this. Take your first tape and slide it underneath the strings right here, and then grab it with your other hand. Slide the tape up underneath the strings and place it about 1 inch away from the top of your violin. Take your tuner and turn it on, and place your finger on that note, pluck it, and see what the tuner says. You want it to be on the note B with your finger on the A string. It's not quite there, move your tape accordingly. So I move mine up a little bit. All right, my tuner says that's green, that's B. So now I'm going to fold the edges of my tape down, and that is my first finger tape. Again, it should be on the note B on the A string. I'm gonna repeat with my second finger tape, so I'll grab my next tape, place it underneath the strings, grab it with my other hand, pull it up, and place it about 1 inch away from my first tape. All right, then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put my finger on the A string, pluck it. My tuner says it's too high. That note should be a C sharp, C sharp. So I'm going to move it back a little bit, back towards the scroll. If it's too high, you need to move it back towards the scroll. If it's too low, you need to move it towards the bridge. So I'll pluck it again. Now it's spot on, so I'll wrap the sides around. I'm going to take my third tape and repeat the process. So slide it underneath. And this third tape is going to be closer to your second tape, about maybe 1/2 inch away. So I'll put it there, put my finger on the A string and pluck it. That's actually a little too high. I want the note to be D. So I'm moving it back towards my scroll. Plucking it again. Went a little too far, I'm going to move it back up. Pluck it again. All right, now I'm going to put the edges down, and then finally my 4th finger tape. So I'll take the tape. I got a little curly cue. And I'm going to place it about an inch away from my 3rd finger tape, like that. We want it to be the note E. That's an E, so then I will wrap it around, and those are my 4 tapes. Please do not go by the length of or the distance between each tape, because every violin is made a little bit differently. We want to go by the pitch of the notes.